through 3 and 4, and they will come to complete lap number 7. Ensinger Jr. hadn't been here in several years. Oh, but the front of the car lights up on fire. Ormsby had no place to go and hits into him.
Me nah go make them live to see me feel. Can't see me pop down, locked down in a jail. Stay firm and put in the work, we must prevail. Dog, we ain't the same. Yeah, dog, me can't lose. No matter what them try, dog, we can't lose. The limit is the skies, dog, we can't lose. Stay firm, dog, we can't move. Then we can't lose. Yeah. A lot of people are depend on me. I feel stay strong mentally. You can't tell struggle different from me. Can't stop no work eventually. So me never drop my guard. If you know me no tree left my yard. Dog game in my life. I never left the tool the way I had. Me can't lose. No matter what them try, dog, we can't lose. The limit is the skies, dog, we can't lose. Stay firm, dog, we can't move. Them know we can't lose. Yeah. Dark enough things man been through. Man still a keep it real, everything glue.
My name is Christian Ensinger II, also known as Spider Ensinger Jr. I am 27 years old out of Bayville, New Jersey. I race Superstocks for New Egypt Speedway. This right here is my Superstock. It is a custom built frame, nothing stock on the car. The only thing stock about the car is a 1970 clip off of a Camaro. Everything else from top to bottom is fabricated and built to our spec. Well, yeah, I mean, it all has to stay within a rule book. We have strict guidelines, no tweaking the motors, has to hit a certain amount of horsepower, and you know, you got to stay within their guidelines. Certain tires you got to run. There's a lot of rules and regulations that come with it. This is a sport by rules, and we have to follow those rules. I run a 350 big block. It's 40 over. And that's basically the only amount of tweaking we can do to the motor wise. Other than that, the regulations, you have to stay within 3,200 pounds. Your car has to be over or at least 3,200 pounds. It cannot be under 3,200 pounds or you'll be disqualified from your event.
Allen, who's done a lot of second place finishes this year to Rob Ormsby, wasting no time. He's second now. Reed really backed around. Allen and him get together. Ormsby is in the middle of that.
Well, it's all fun at the end of the day. We all have fun here. I mean, it's something we all put our passion, energy, time into. And you look around this car, it's beat up, it's not clean, it's expensive. We race for money. I mean, there's prizes anywhere between $1,000 to $30,000. Got to pick the races that you go into. Obviously, some you have to be invited to. And, you know, we were very fortunate enough to have a great season, finished 8th in points, and got invited to the 2020 Superstock Nationals, which is a 100-lap race for $10,000. They have the best drivers all around the U.S. show up, bring their stuff, try and win 10 grand. We were fortunate enough to make it to the LCQ, last chance qualifier, since we did not qualify for the event. Ended up having a great run. The car got absolutely demolished, but we were able to finish 10th out of about 50 cars, which is a great accomplishment. Well, this type of racing, it's very tricky to get into. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time. I was fortunate enough to have 3 generations. My dad and my grandfather also raced before me. They've been doing this racing ever since I can crawl. My dad was a track legend out in New Egypt, where I race now. My grandfather was a legend out in Florida, where he raced dirt cars. This is something I was lucky enough to be born into, and from a young age I was around these cars, building them, even getting a chance to drive them. So from there it just took off. The motor in the car is a 350 40 over, and other than that there was nothing else done to the car. the suspension, the car is definitely a very expensive one none the least. You need an expensive one to even last 50 laps on these tracks. This is an Excel suspension. It's very rugged, rough. It's meant for the rough hits, hard cuts you're going to take with these cars. The tires on it runs 18-inch rim, and the tires are American Racing. They are 827 by 15. So these are actually my 15-inch rims that we put on there. We switch our rim size based on the track we're going to be running. Bridgeport has a lot of banks, and it's a faster track in the turns, so we like to run a smaller rim. More oval tracks, you know, where it's less straightaway, less chance your car is going to be getting up and moving. The fabrication of the car is an absolute masterpiece. It's a beautiful thing to watch. The car starts as just a frame. It's just a chassis that we build. We build a cage around it. And like I said, the only thing that's actually stock off of another car that we did not build is a front end clip off of a Camaro. That is it. The rest of this car that you're looking at is completely built 110% in our shop. We bend the metal, we put in the work, we weld it together, and we make it win. Well, I like to always say these cars, the safety aspect of them is as safe as they'll let us be. And nothing's a guarantee, obviously. These cars are very unique in their safety precautions. First of all, we have a full roll cage that goes around us. When you get into the car, you have your 4-point harness that straps you completely into your seat, along with your fire suit. Then you have your gloves, your boots, you have a sock that goes over your face, only leaving out about this much. And then you put your helmet on with a horns device that clips into the back of your seat to make sure your neck's not rolling around. You also have a safety net that locks you into your car. It's a little safety cage, so that way no debris, nothing can get inside. These cars are meant for you to take a hit, but nothing's a guarantee. Racing for me has been in the blood. It's hard to say an exact year on when it started. I've been crawling in these cars, working on them ever since I was in Pampers, going to the track with my dad, my grandfather. It's all I remember. A very young age I've been inside these cars. Scary. You're a kid, you're watching your dad do it. It's obviously very exciting. You want to do what dad does. But it was also a competition. You want to be better than dad. You want to be faster than dad. And that was what really pushed me, was having them so fast, running great races. I had big shoes to fill, and thankfully I got a lot of help. My most memorable race, man. I've had a lot of good battles, honestly, every race I could be out there with my dad, my grandfather. That's my favorite race. Anytime we can go out there, we're all happy, we're all laughing, competing, and we all get off the track together in one piece. That's a successful day of racing. Unfortunately, I do have a son who hasn't been able to even make a race yet because he has earplugs and he has a hearing problem, so I don't want the cars to bother him. My most memorable race will probably be the first one he's able to attend next year. Scariest moment ever. A lot come to mind. It's an ugly sport. And it gets the best of you sometimes. I can remember one particular time very recently. I was driving in a $5,000 shootout. I had the lead for 7 laps, and my car caught fire, engulfed in flames, oil fire. Everything around me was just flames. I had let go of the wheel, got hit into the wall, and I was unable to get out of my car, partially because of fear, partially because my horns device was strapped into my seat and I couldn't get out. Those are the times that makes you realize this is real. This is a real sport, and anything can happen. And as quick as you're out there having fun, just like that, it could be over. So we were thankful enough to have a good situation, get out of the car, be okay, and be able to finish the season. The reason for the fire was a rod blew, causing oil to go everywhere and ignite. That's why it was out so quickly. I mean, thankfully it was not gas, or this would have been a different story, and I might not be here in this interview today. So thankfully that was not the case. To get out, I fought. It was scary. You were stuck. You felt like you were trapped, nowhere to go. Thankfully, I was able to shimmy myself out and get away to safety. Sponsors in the race division are always a big helping hand. That is always it's your #1 support system. It's your money system. It's your fallback. It's your piggy bank. A lot of these guys, they don't have that luxury, and we are one of them. We are an independent race team, Spider Racing. We pay our own way. We don't have the sponsors and the luxury that some of these big money guys have. So anything that breaks within a week, we're there to fix it and pick up the pieces. There is no help. It is privately owned, and this is what we do. Would we be open to a sponsorship? I'll tell you what, I am going to leave my information in a link right here, and if you're interested, we'll make it happen. We are always open to sponsors. That's a huge help. That's how we get out there every week, and we put out the best car we can. The journey that we've been on is absolutely incredible. I mean, we started as a one-car, beater in the back of the pack, just going out there, having fun on the weekends to competing, winning races. Like I said, this is a family sport. This is a family thing. I'm together with family. I'm not out there with my friends, my buddies. I'm out there with my dad and my grandpa. What can more could you ask for? The journey's been great. Every week it gets funner and funner to be out there with them and just compete, win races, and have fun. I do have an Instagram handle. It is @CEnsinger_11. And if you're interested in any questions or concerns with the car via sponsorship or just to ask a question or get an autograph, there it is. Who would I like to thank? There's so many. I feel like first of all, it would be my dad. My dad's my #1 support system, along with my grandfather. These guys, put the time, energy, money into everything just so we could all have fun. Obviously my son, Jackson, just for giving me motivation to be out there, push every week, and keep going. Obviously my girlfriend, Victoria, is a big support system. All my family, all my friends who, lend a hand and are always there, open arms anytime we need anything. Those are the people to thank every day. And I just want to send a big thank you to Turtle Society. Like, share, subscribe. This guy's the real deal. And been watching his stuff lately, and he's really putting out some good intel. So hats off to those guys down there.
Alright guys, you don't know this is a second part of the video, you see me? Just want to give a little quick walk around of the car, because it's a really interesting car, and there's some interesting stuff that I saw that I want to ask Christian about, just have a discussion. So we're going to jump into that, showing us some close-up of the vehicle, some things, and let you know some of the things about the car that you probably didn't know and probably didn't realize. So let's jump into that now. Alright Christian, first off, we're just going to look at some details. These wheels, they pretty much look a bit different in terms of how they bolted on and stuff. Tell us a little bit about, are these wheels some special kind of wheels, or are they're special to this kind of racing?
Oh yeah, they're special to this kind of racing. This is a Hoosier tire. This right here, what you're looking at, is a bead lock. This is actually what keeps the tire on the rim, keeps the air in the tire. It's a beautiful thing. We need these. Other than that, this is a pretty standard tire out on the track.
So this is where it bolts onto the axle, right?
Yes, sir.
And then this bolts onto the part that bolts onto the axle?
Yes.
Wow. And this though has to be done
every week.
So so if you were to change the tire, you'd have to take this plate off.
You wouldn't get this tire off unless you took this plate off.
Okay. And then this plate goes on before you put air into it?
Put the new one on, slap this bead lock on, put in all your rivets, fill it up with air.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And I know you have the frame, but these parts that make up the shell of the car, in terms of the platings, these are all fabricated,
Fabricated. This is all fabricated, all garage done. Hey, if you look to your right, you're gonna see my graveyard.
Guys.
All fenders of just old cars. This is what we use. These are spare fenders.
So this is made out of
plastic.
Yeah. ABS plastic.
Yep.
Or polyethylene.
ABS.
ABS. Nice. And then you have the cage. Guys, this is a motor up close and personal. Just repeat again, Christian, what kind of motor you said it is?
350. This is 350 small block, 40 over.
Is there a particular vehicle it came out of?
This is all custom. No, it didn't come out of any vehicle.
Oh, yeah, all custom built. How much horsepower is this making?
This one's making about 400. It's a 438 cubic inch motor, so we'll say about 600.
600. That's Dana tested, or just based on the?
That's just based on me. This car easily goes 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds.
Oh, sweet. All right, so these are the plates, guys, that they bolted on. These things get a lot of hits and bangs. So as you can see, it's not really them nice, pretty clean look here. You're probably expecting this is a dirt race car, so it gets pretty dirty. These frames are all detachable. If you want to take them off, you can just flip it off, nice and easy. And when you take it off, if you look here, it's a whole different kind of system on there, guys, in terms of the frame, how it's built, the axles, The exhaust. Christian, tell us about the exhaust. I noticed the exhaust is sitting pretty much almost in the center of the car. Okay.
You want to keep as less weight in this car as possible. We try and strip these things down as much as we can. These blocks you're looking at right here are actually plates of lead to keep us even weight distribution throughout the whole car. So we don't want to tweak that. This is a very, very particular science we have.
Oh, so this is a weight bar.
Yes, sir. It's 80 pounds right there.
80 pounds each on each side.
Yep.
Nice, guys. If you look, this is where the exhaust sits. As he said, everything has to be done to balance the weight. The car cannot be no heavier than a certain weight, which is pretty strict, and you have to be very, very careful about this, because if it's too heavy, you are not allowed to race this car. That's the guy that travels with him, Spider-Man. And of course, tell us about the rear end of the car, like anything particular regarding to.
I mean, the rear, I'm sorry for being a little tight here. Okay. I mean, this is just your standard spoiler,
Right.
Push bar. I mean, there's really not much going on back here. I mean, everything's pretty set forward. I mean, this is where your gas tank is.
The fabricated gas tank as well. Are you running like
Yes, sir, 25 gallons.
25
And it
gallon
runs
tank?
100 race fuel.
Nice. And what's that thing here?
Right here?
Yeah.
This is my air conditioner system.
Your air conditioner.
Air conditioner. What you do is, it gets very, very hot. So this is a hose that comes through. And here runs a line to the front of the car. So as I'm driving, air will come through the line, blow into the helmet, cool me off.
Okay, so it connects to the helmet as well, this thing.
Yes.
Okay. Alright guys, look inside this car. Tell us about like the system. Is it how many gears? Is it standard?
This is a manual transmission. As you can see, I have two levers right here. The one we're looking at right here is drive, manual, and reverse. And this is high-low.
Okay.
What you're looking at right there with the blue, that is actually a brake shut-off. I can shut off my right front or my right rear brake just by turning the handle.
Right.
To turn the car on.
And what would you need? In what case would you need to actually do this?
There's many different reasons you would need to turn your brakes off. I mean, just the way the track's handling.
Okay.
If you blow a line, you have a backup. I mean, there's many different procedures you can tweak your brakes for.
Okay. And then these are like, this is the water gauge, oil gauge, and this is the RPM. So I noticed you don't have any speedometer here.
Nope, no speedometers.
You just go.
We just go.
And guys, this is the seat that we were talking about. The helmet has a clip that clips into the back of the seat to keep your neck steady. So in the event that you're driving, your head doesn't move all over the place as well. So we're gonna create a close-up of the helmet so you can see it. And then it has your helmet part, and then you have this. What exactly do they call this?
This is called a harness device. This will sit with your helmet right there. This is where your neck sits, and it clips into the car, so that way you're not moving at all.
Right. So when you had that situation, that was what you forgot to actually release.
I did not release it, that's why I couldn't get out.
Right. And this is the seat, guys. This is nice, comfortable seat. Kirkley. And of course, the car is, as I said, guys, it's all about dirt racing. It's all about the whole vibe. This radiator here, special radiator.
Oh yeah.
Was custom built?
Custom built by All-Star Performance.
Also performance build it.
Yes.
Nice. Guys, as you can see, the car is a different type of experience, different kind of racing. Something that you don't see every day. As you know, motorsports and the whole car fraternity has different aspects of racing. As you can see, if you check a lot of American racing competition, or that you'll have from monster trucks to dirt racing, drag, circuit, you name it, they have it. And Christian is a part of what we call what's the official name for it?
Spider Racing?
Spider Race? No, the type race is
It's Superstock.
Superstock Racing. That's the official name, guys, Superstock. And of course you'll see different clips in this video where, you know, Christian is on the track doing his thing, and it's a really nice fun sport. This is the what we say in Jamaica, the bonnet, and this basically get clips on by 2 by 4 clips. So these are the clip locks, and then these are what they put them in, and that's basically the hood of the car. You know, anything special you want to tell the viewers about the car, Christian?
A lot of time and money and energy, man. This is everything. This is the piggy bank. This is the pride and joy. You know, this is family.
Awesome, guys. As you can see, nice, sick machine, and hope you like this one. Nothing too crazy. We didn't get a chance to get a startup today. Why we didn't get the startup? Why we not getting the startup today, Christian?
We didn't get the startup.
What happened?
In the 100 lap shootout for $10,000, we blew the rear completely. I mean, shredded it. Rear got bent up, pushed the yoke in, and the car was only turning on one wheel the whole time, and it still managed to get an 8th. Actually, it's an 8th place finish, because I told you 10th before. They had called me 2 days later and confirmed that we were mismarked. We actually finished 8th place. 8th place.
So guys, we're not able to get a startup today, but nonetheless, we'll have lots of clips where you can actually hear how the car sounds. But maybe next time we'll get an official startup, and maybe I'll get a chance to drive it on one of those trucks one day. You know, guys, as you know, we're tuning in, we're tuning out, and thank you for this one again. Christian, you don't know.
Thank you.
Big up yourself.
I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Nice car. And guys, stay tuned.
This the sky that we can't lose. Stay firm that we can't move. Them know we can't lose.